A new Wordle puzzle is online. Click on the link to play.
Listening to the following video may give you clues. Please like and share the videos.
Roger Ebert's review of the film Memory. Compared to his last film, Memory is a standard Liam Neeson thriller.
But what makes it stand out is its heightened attention to character development. The film takes the audience inside the mind of an aging man, and Ebert's score proves it.
This film is a must-see if you enjoy Neeson's previous films. Read on to learn what he thought of this latest film.
After Young. After Young is a science fiction movie with an unusual smell and texture.
The director and screenwriter was raised in the Midwest and has made a career of visually beautiful video essays. His short film Columbus premiered at the 2017 Sundance Film Festival and was nominated for 4 Film Independent Spirit Awards.
His upcoming Apple TV series Pachinko chronicles 4 generations of Korean immigrants. The film was adapted from a short story by Alexander Weinstein.
As Jake searches for the original seller, he discovers that Young had more than one life. Unlike his previous one, the new device is refurbished, and Jake is forced to buy it secondhand from a Genius Bar to repair it.
However, he is scammed by a crank repairman who runs a shady operation out of his garage. The crank repairman eventually solves the problem by retrieving a memory bank from Yang's core.
He uses VR glasses to access the cube, the survivor.
In his review of the film, Roger Ebert cites a few positive aspects and a few negatives. For starters, he claims to have watched the whole movie.
However, it's unclear whether or not this review is accurate. Moreover, it's possible that Ebert reacted differently when he saw the film in its entirety.
It's possible that his review of the film was tainted by the controversy surrounding the movie. However, it does give some insight as to why the movie does not work and why it is nearly agitprop to combat teen homophobia.
Despite this, The Survivor is a fairly ordinary movie. Instead of attempting over-the-top pyrotechnics, it plays like a basic cable movie.
It's buoyed by a couple of strong central performances, but ultimately falls prey to terminal mediocrity. But if Ebert were to give it a pass, Survivor would have gotten an A.
In addition to his film criticism, Ebert is a noted critic who makes his living on wit and judgment. His Twitter account boasts over 400,000 followers and over 140 characters, making him one of the most prolific movie critics in the world.
In this case, he did not have the time or the patience to write an apology for Dunn's actions. The movie was also met with a torrent of angry tweets, including many Jackass fans demanding Ebert to apologize.
While Ebert's review of The Survivor was a highly acclaimed movie, it was not the only one he praised. The Survivor stars Krisha Fairchild as a powerful speaker who discusses the personal nature of the film.
In addition to her performance, she also spoke with Joseph Omowosedi and Nell Minogue. In the Cut-26 that followed the screening, Pearson was joined by a panel of film critics, including Ebert's colleague Matt Fagerholm.
In the Survivor film summary, Roger Ebert cites 3 important themes: the human condition, the political climate, and the broader question of whether or not people can survive in the future. The film is a fascinating study of human nature, and we should all be aware of the challenges we face.
There is no doubt that a movie like this can inspire us. However, if you are a critic and have a hard time deciding what to say about a film, the Survivor film summary may be a helpful way to help make your decision.
The memory of a killer. In The Memory of a Killer, a contract killer named Angelo knows he is losing his mind and writes notes to himself on his arm.
Unlike Memento, this is a traditional polisher and not a remake. The film opens with a plainclothes cop busting a man selling his 11-year-old daughter.
The film then follows a string of killings, including those of powerful men who try to hide child prostitution. The first of Angelo's victims is a prosecutor.
The second assignment is declined, and he has to face the consequences of his mistake. The film is based on a book by Belgian writer Jeff Geertz.
This crime thriller untangles the web of a buried perversion and aristocratic hauteur, contrasting it with the declining years of a hard-working professional. It also succeeds in making its characters seem a little like weary and jaded.
But while the plot is similar to that of Zodiac, Memory's central character remains a mystery. Memory is an impressive high-concept thriller, but it doesn't stand out from the crowd of Neeson's post-Taken projects.
While Neeson's performance here is typically stellar, the film lacks Neeson's charisma. Nevertheless, the film's tone is less pandering than Neeson's previous efforts.
The Memory of a Killer is Ebert's sixth film. Ebert starred in 3 previous films.
Ebert wrote the review for this film. Ebert, who authored a brief history of the movies magazine in the 1970s, praised films from the past 50 years.
He authored numerous books, including an essay collection and review compendium. In addition to his many book reviews, Ebert also published a cookbook entitled The Pot and How to Use It.
The Memory of a Killer follows a serial killer's trail, which is linked to political unrest. The killer strikes on rainy nights and repeatedly calls the local police station.
Park's team begins to worry that the killer may be smarter than them, but the evidence proves otherwise. However, the film's unpredictability is further fueled by its setting the political climate in Korea, where a school lockdown is delayed due to protests.
In a movie like this, evil thrives when systems are broken. The Memory of a Killer has a great cast of characters.
Liam Neeson plays an expert hired killer who suffers from Alzheimer's disease. A few scenes of the film are truly excellent, but the plot is so thin that it could have been explained in 15 words or less.
Ultimately, the film is a setup for a future movie franchise. Nonetheless, this film has the potential to be a great one.